Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court Law Number 2. This morning we have our announcement docket on today's date of August 16th of 2024. When I call your name, please come forward with your attorney. If your attorney is not here, then your attorney is probably in another court handling another matter. Who? You say Green?
Green.
Okay, that's Green. Okay.
And page 2.
Strata on page 2. Okay. Mr. Packer, you working on your case?
Yes, we are. Your Honor, we have reached an agreement with the state on Michael Brewer.
Okay.
We'll dispose on Mr. Brewer today, and then with Mr. Dorsey, Your Honor, I'm gonna ask for 1 minute, please.
Okay, we're gonna have him come on up. Brandon Lamont Dorsey. Okay, this is cause number 24-CCCR 0780, case is style of state of Texas versus Brandon Lamont Dorsey. Mr. Dorsey, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Dorsey? How are you doing? That's good. And Mr. Dorsey, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Mark Faggett. Attorney Faggett, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Huber. Attorney Huber, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge, and yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks, Faggett. Mr. Faggett, what is your announcement?
Your
Mr.
Honor,
Dorsey?
would like one reset. The state has made him an offer, and I would like to see the video. Most importantly, we just need to get a reset so he can make arrangements. Come back again. It's looking like it's going to be a jail sentence reset. So we're going to need to get him some time so he can make arrangements.
How much time you need?
30 days, you get 30 days, or how long you need?
I guess so.
Okay, that works, 30 days.
Okay, give us
Want
a
to keep it on a Friday, I'll put it on a Wednesday.
Friday.
Yeah, why don't we do a Wednesday? Are you
Is
doing,
that a
let's
good
do
day?
a Friday, let's do a Friday, okay, let's do a Friday.
Okay. Give us a reset date.
September 22nd? No?
No, you said you didn't have the money to pay the company. Right. Okay, so, yeah, we'll talk later.
September 27th?
Okay, I think that works.
Okay,
We'll get a reset.
okay, you can get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. That's right here. Do some process. Next case is cause number M333678, case in style of state of Texas versus Quincy Lance Clark.
Your Honor, that case is going to be paperwork, on the paperwork.
Okay, just have a seat. Next case is cause number 24CCCR 0104, case is style of state of Texas versus Bruce Wayne Green. Mr. Green, your full name is Bruce Wayne Green. How are you doing, Mr. Green? State is represented in this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Green, your case was reset 2 times to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney.
Yes,
Have you hired your attorney?
me and Mr. Chad put away, so I was gonna take up
You and Mr. Who?
Mr. Chad, all the time, Chad Ethics.
Okay, okay.
I was gonna ask for a quote on it.
Okay, just have a seat. Well, get a clipboard out. Okay. I'm gonna give you some paperwork on a clipboard. I'm going to this paperwork with you. I think I went over it before. He's gonna have to do the judge's explanation of rights. That's the first page, and then the affidavit. That was kind of affidavit of indigence. Okay, now the first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney. In that document, it states that as a defendant in a criminal case, you have 3 options. Number 1, you may hire an attorney. Number 2, if you cannot afford to hire an attorney and you desire to have an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Or number 3, you may waive your right to an attorney to represent yourself. Now, if you, obviously, first time you came, you said that you wanted to hire an attorney, and of course, your case was reset to give you time to do that. Now, if you want an attorney, you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you would have to first fill out a financial questionnaire. The financial questionnaire is a document on that clipboard that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. You would have to fill out the entire first page, half of the second page. I will fill out the second half, the bottom half of the second page, and the third page. Now, once you fill that document out, then the proper person will review the document and determine whether or not you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. Now, if you decide to waive your right to an attorney, give up your right to an attorney, and you'll have an opportunity to talk to one of the prosecutors. Now, you should be aware that there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney and representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Now, if you decide to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. At the bottom of that document in bold letters, it says defendant's choice. Mark initials next to only one choice. If your choice is to hire an attorney, that's not your choice, but I think you said that you would like to apply for a court-appointed attorney, then you will place your initials on the third line to the left. Now, once you have placed your initials on the third line to the left, then you will sign your name at the bottom of that document that is titled defendant, and you will date it today's date, August 16th of 2024. Okay? You can have a seat, and if you need some help with filling out that form, just let us know, and we have someone here who will be able to help you. Coin Salyer or Salyer? Your last name is pronounced Salyer or Salyer?
Yeah.
Salyer. Mr. Salyer, your full name is Coin Keith Salyer, is that correct? How you doing, Mr. Salyer?
Yeah.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, state, see here that this case was reset to give the state a time to check on another case.
Yes, Your Honor, we have checked. We do have an offer for the defendant. We just need to speak with him and relay.
Okay. Just, You can have a seat. Prosecutors want to talk to you about your case. Oh, yeah, two. Let's see.
She called me about 20 minutes before 9 and told me, and was asking me questions about this. I'm like, no, are you outside? Because I'm in the courtroom, the door was locked, and she said, no, I'm on my way.
Okay, well,
And I don't know, that was an hour ago, so I don't know.
okay, you have a number? If she
I-
call you, you might want to,
She called me.
yeah, you might want to call it
Yeah.
back. You can step outside and call that number.
Let me-
Okay,
uh,
okay. Adriana Cohe, Mr. Dole.
She told me either Wednesday evening or Thursday. And has an answer here. And I don't know where she's at.
Okay, so she said she's supposed to be here today.
Yeah. So. You wanna give her 30 minutes?
Yeah, we'll give her some time. We'll give her a couple more minutes. Yeah, if you want to see if you can contact her or her bondsman.
I don't have a number.
You got a bondsman? This is, hold on, Audrey Anna Cohe, I think that's how it's pronounced. Alyssa Bruno. So. Okay, this is cause number 23 CCCR 0298, case of style of state of Texas versus Alyssa Page Bruno. Ms. Bruno, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Ms. Bruno?
Doing good.
That's good, Ms. Bruno. You represented in your case by your attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. Thanks for asking.
Mr. Macy, what is your announcement in Ms. Bruno's case?
I've been talking with Mr. Hoovel about whether or not the state is gonna file an additional charge against Ms. Bruno.
At the last setting, we had seen in the PC that there was potentially DWI in the pipelines or pipeline with this case. We have since received that DWI. It's not yet been filed into a court, but I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Macy, that we were discussing like potentially waiting until that DWI is filed so that we can handle both cases at once since they're out of the same set of events.
You say you
Is that
saying y'all
correct?
having an intake?
Yes, Your Honor.
And she may qualify for a pretrial diversion on that, which she wouldn't qualify for if we dispose of this case, is my understanding. I don't know whether she's gonna get that offer or not, but I don't even.
I mean, they
know
don't
if
have to
actually
offer
get a
it.
file.
They don't have to offer pretrial
I
diversion
know.
for you to apply for.
Well, I'm sorry, Judge. I
Yeah.
didn't mean to interrupt you. I guess I don't really know whether they're gonna, I mean, they have it in intake, but they haven't charged her. So I don't know whether they're gonna charge her, but I'd like us to put that off, give them time to figure out whether they're gonna charge her or not, so that if they do, we can dispose of both cases at the same time, possibly. They happen theoretically at the same time.
They did?
Yes.
Cause
same day,
this
Your Honor.
case is 463 days old. I mean, this is
I don't
a
know why they.
February 23 case and they've had the DWI and they just got it to look to file it.
I
Man,
can't speak to that, Your Honor, but
no, I'm just saying, I'm just looking at the date of the offense, which was February 9th of 2023. And we're in August 16th of 2024.
I don't know why they.
I know they have a 2-year statute of limitations. But you know, that's holding up this here case. Oh, man.
we're at the mercy of the court in regards to,
Yeah, what we're gonna do, I mean, but that didn't stop you from applying for pretrial diversion, that other case. But we're gonna reset it. Give us a 30-day reset.
September 20th.
Okay, September 27th. Okay, this case is gonna be reset to September 27th, 2024. Give the state an opportunity to decide what they're gonna do with the other case that they have an intake.
thank you, Judge.
Okay, this, you have any problem with the scheduling?
No, Judge.
You're looking at your calendar, okay. All right, so this case will be reset to September 27, 2024, at 9 AM. Now, Ms. Bruno, on that date, you need to be here in court on time, okay? All right, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Once you get your reset from your attorney. Yeah, I was gonna tell her, she need to give him a reset. Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 1356, case of style of the state of Texas versus Nathaniel Michael Willie. Gonna need to give him a reset. Good morning. Your last name pronounced Willie or Willie? Willie. Willie, okay. How are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Your attorney, Ms. Minaldi, has a vacation letter in for this month. So therefore, your case has to be reset. Okay? The court coordinator is gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your turn, from the coordinator, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. What is that date?
September 10th.
Okay. Yes. Is this on Coheed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I've tried to use the phone to tell Mr. Reed's office and the phone won't work. It's going, zip, 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 zip.
Okay, you tried to use someone's phone?
Yeah, specifically Judge Wood's phone because your door is locked. So I went outside. I don't see anybody to match the description.
Actually, I mean, there's a phone in the hallway right there on the wall. You,
Figure there's something wrong. And that's just me. I'll do whatever you want.
no, I'm just saying, I mean. Yeah, Dallas. Okay,
Adding the community service center.
he came before. I think they doing they're working on something on this. Yeah. Did we did y'all call LeBlanc's office? You did? Let me see, Langston Adams has a case too. Burbank,
Todd is on his way.
okay, whose phone is going off?
Yeah, whoever phone is on, please put it on silent or off, please.
Yeah. That's recent. He sent his letter yesterday.
Okay. Cause I know I gave her a reset last time.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's recent.
So we reset it again, okay.
Yeah, she hired him.
This is cause number M 333-678. Case to style the state of Texas versus Quincy Lance Clark. Mr. Clark, is that your full name? Mr. Clark, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Clark, do you swear and affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Clark, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Clark?
Good, but so.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Clark, I have before me on my computer. Well, before we get started, now you're waiving your right to a court report, is that correct?
Um, we did-
No. Listen to my question.
Yes, sir.
asked you that earlier, are you waiving your right to have a court reporter? That is a person that's typed down there, okay. Now, in this, case, I have a document on my computer that is titled information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Quincy Lance Clark, on or about September 2nd of 2022, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal mischief. Mr. Clark, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, how do you plead? Not guilty, guilty, or no contest? Guilty. Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Clark, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Okay. On page 2 of the same document, there are 2 sets of initials. The first set of initials is below a paragraph that is titled waiver, and it is on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The second set of initials is below a paragraph that is titled discovery, admonishment, and it is on a line next to a statement that reads as follows. I do not request discovery of the evidence. I waive my right to request discovery in this case and choose to enter a plea of guilty or no contest or no. Did you place your initials on this document?
Sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Sure.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? Now, Mr. Clark, before you sign all of these documents that I just showed, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Clark, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Stanford State's a good one.
Okay. Now, Mr. Clark, the state is offering States Exhibit 1 to be used as evidence in your case. States Exhibit 1 is the first document that I showed you on this tablet. This is the same document that have your initials in the 2 locations on page 2 and your signature on page 3. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case? Okay, no objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Clark, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Okay, Mr. Clark, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
For defendant's plea of guilty, the state has offered 1 year deferred probation with a $500 fine, community service to be waived in this case.
Okay,
The defendant also has 1 day jail credit, which will be applied to felony court costs.
Okay. So what is this court cost? $352? Okay. Now, Mr. Clark, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus court costs of $352 plus probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $161 a month. Will you be able to pay the $161 each month?
I should, yes, sir.
Okay. You will also, well, you will not be required to perform any community service because the community service is being waived. And you will receive 1 day credit toward your court costs. So let's do this here. So let me do this here. I'm gonna have to redo that. Oh. So actually, your probation fee, once they make the adjustment, they're gonna give you credit. Your probation fee will be $151 a month. And go down $10. All right. Now, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Clark, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Clark, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record. And you may qualify for a non-disclosure. And you can talk to an attorney about a non-disclosure. Okay, now, Mr. Clark, you're gonna stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go on your blessed day. Coin Keats Salye.
This for the dismissal, Judge.
There's no discovery on
It's a
pro
pro
se.
se.
Pro se the discovery is already on the,
No.
it's all, it's on the MPE. Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session in 2 cases. Cause number is 23 CCCR 2348 and cause number 24 CCCR 1450. Both cases are Sal State of Texas versus Coin Keith Salye. Mr. Salye, is that your full name? Mr. Salye, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Salye, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God? Okay, Mr. Salye, again, Mr. Salye, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks, Jackson. Now, Mr. Salye, you have a right. You have a right to have a court reporter in this case. You also have a right to waive or give up, right to have a court reporter to type down everything that's being said. Do you waive or give up your right to have a court reporter? Okay, now, Mr. Salye, I have before me a document that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. This document located on a computer. This document is titled Information. In this information, Mr. Salye, it alleges that you, Coin Keith Salye, on or about September 30th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 more. State, are you abandoning the enhancement paragraph?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the state is abandoning an enhancement paragraph, and what that basically means is they will be charging you with a lower or lesser included offense. Instead of being charged with a DWI Class A misdemeanor, you'll be charged with a DWI Class B misdemeanor. Do you understand that? Okay, now, to the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated that allegedly occurred on or about September 30th of 2023 while you were operating a motor vehicle in Jefferson County, Texas, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, and no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Mr. Salye, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, also labeled as States Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there are 2 sets of initials. First set of initials is below a paragraph that is titled Waiver, and it is on the line next to a box that says Check Nolo Contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? The second set of initials is below a paragraph that is titled Discovery Admonishment, and it is on the line next to a statement that reads as follows. I do not request discovery of evidence. I waive my right to request discovery in this case and choose to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document, that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, you recognize this document. And is this your signature on the line? It's titled Defendant. And at the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? Now, Mr. Salye, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Salye, are you a citizen of the United States?
State offer States 1.
Now, Mr. Salye, the state is offering State's Exhibit number 1 to be used as evidence in this case. State's Exhibit number 1 is the first document that I showed you. And on page 2, same document that have your initials in the 2 locations and your signature on page 3. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case? Okay, no objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Now, Mr. Saye, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? Okay, Mr. Saye, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea of no contest, the state's offering 15 months deferred probation, $750 fine, 40 hours community service, interlock, DWI first standard conditions of probation. And with this agreement, the state will dismiss the companion UCW case.
Is there gonna be a forfeiture in it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let me see. What is the court cost? Mr. Saye, the state is offering that you serve 15 months deferred adjudicated probation. During the 15 months probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750 plus a DWI conviction fine of $100. You'll be required to pay court costs of $392. Probation fee is $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you'll be required to pay each month, is $170 a month. Will you be able to pay the $170 each month? You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You'll also be required to attend and complete a DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment, and you're required to pay the $125 DWI education initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day completion of the evaluation be needed. You'll be required to pay an additional $50. You'll also be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. The state will be dismissing the companion case, cause number 23 CCCR 2348 for forfeiture of the weapon in that case. And I have before me a motion to forfeit and cause number 23 CCCR 12348. Again, that number is 23 CCCR 2348. And Mr. Saye, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? Mr. Saye, before you sign this document, did you read the document? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Now, Mr. Saye, the court is going to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon to the Beaumont Police Department. Okay, now, Mr. Salyer, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Salyer, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Salyer, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will not result in a conviction in your record, and it'll be dismissed. You may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to an attorney about the non-disclosure. Do you understand it? Okay, now, Mr. Salyer, you're going to stand next to the bailiff, follow the direction of the bailiff. Once you finish following her directions, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And I need to give him a copy of his dismissal. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on a minute. I just signed that dismissal. Okay, Mr. Thor.
Yeah. I talked with, Al Reed's office. We called their numbers, called them back 15 minutes later. They haven't heard from him. They called the guarantor who's out searching for. And she hadn't shown, so.
Okay, so we're gonna call that case. Cause number 24 CCCR 0024, case is styled the state of Texas versus Adriana Louise Cohey. Adriana Louise Cohey was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., Adriana Louise Cohey's name was called at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Adriana Cohey did not answer. Adriana Cohey has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 10:23 a.m. on today's date of August 16, 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Adriana Cohey at the courthouse door? Okay, Adriana Cohey's name was just called at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Adriana Cohey did not answer. Adriana Cohey has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The court's, Ms. Cohey's attorney, Mr. Peter Dahl, has been present in court. And state has given Ms. Cohey a reasonable time to appear in court. She has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
Statements for bond forfeiture.
That motion will be granted. Adriana Cohey bond will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for her arrest in cause number 24 CCCR 0024. And Mr. Dahl, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
I just have a question.
Yes.
I have some stuff to do in the courthouse. If I come back here at 11:30 and she's showed up,
Okay.
we could plead her in, right?
Yeah, that's, well, go, yeah, you
If she
should do
was,
that.
if she showed, I'll be willing to read them.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll be coming back by 11:30.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay. 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 Michael Brewer,
Present, Your Honor. We're ready to proceed.
All right, and you? Okay, this is cause number 23 CCCR 2276. The case is styled the state of Texas versus Michael Brewer.
Yes,
Mr. Brewer, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Brewer, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in regard?
yes, sir.
Mr. Brewer, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Brewer, how are you doing?
Go ahead.
That's good. Now, Mr. Brewer, you representing your case by your attorney Mark Faggart. Attorney Faggart, how are you doing?
I'm good, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. And Mr. Faggart, do you waive a record in Mr. Brewer's case?
We do.
Mr. Brewer, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Michael Brewer, on or about August 3rd of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 2A, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to 2 ounces. Mr. Brewer, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Brewer, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes.
Mr. Brewer, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Yes, speak up.
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Brewer, before you sign and initial these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Faggart, go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you understand everything that Mr. Faggart went over?
Sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Great.
to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Brewer, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Stay on for states 1.
Any objections, Mr. Faggart?
None.
No objection. States Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Faggart, you advised and counseled Mr. Brewer. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor, he's been quite pleasant and polite to deal with.
Okay, Mr. Brewer, your attorney, Mr. Faggart has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yeah.
Mr. Brewer, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given, and I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the plea bargain agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 90 days probated over 1 year, $350 fine, 80 hours community service plus court cost.
And what is this court cost? Thank you. Okay, Mr. Brewer, state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During your 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $350 plus court costs of $277. You will also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, a urinalysis fee of $15 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to Okay, now, let me repeat this. Mr. Brewer, state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $350 plus court costs of $277. Plus, you'll be required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, and you'll be required to reimburse. Now you'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. Now your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation is $163 a month. Will you be able to pay the $163 each month? Okay. You'll also be required to perform 80 hours of community service and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Mr. Brewer, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Brewer, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Brewer, this will conclude your case. You're gonna stand next to the bailiff and follow her directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Bagger,
Thank you.
this is your last case. You're free to go as well. And you have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome. Okay, the next case is cause number 23CCCR or 2278. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Ayana Sloan.
I'm here on that one.
Okay. Ms. Sloan, how do you pronounce your first name?
Amadia.
Anaya. Okay, how you doing, Ms. Sloan? That's good. Ms. Sloan, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well.
And Mr. Adams, what is your announcement in Ms. Sloan's case?
Hey, I've downloaded the Discovery. I've also picked up the DVD. Miss Sloan can just come to my office next Tuesday at 4. I'll be ready to make an announcement then, but I do have the Discovery, and this is a recent 2024 appointment.
Okay, did you hear that? He wants you to come to his office. What, could you repeat yourself?
This Tuesday, 4 o'clock, come to my office, and on that paperwork that y'all give them, it has my address.
Do you understand that? Okay, now, give us a reset date.
You want to keep it on Friday?
That's fine.
Okay, it'll be September 27th.
Okay, this case is reset to September 27, 2024. Ms. Sloan, at 9 a.m. Ms. Sloan, you're gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, You'll be free to go stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. All right, please stand over in front of the court and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, and you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
You too.
We don't have nobody else. Right? You working on something? Strong.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Okay.
Mr. Muller.
Next case is cause number 24 CCCR 0340, case is style, State of Texas versus Antonio Estrada.
Yes.
Mr. Estrada, your full name is Antonio Estrada?
Yes.
Mr. Estrada, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Estrada, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Estrada, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Estrada?
Okay.
That's good, Mr. Estrada. You representing the case by your attorney, Giles Cole. Attorney Cole, how are you doing?
Great, Judge. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Cole, do you waive a record in Mr. Estrada's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Estrada, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Estrada, it alleges that you, Antonio Estrada, on or about October 6th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal mischief. Mr. Estrada, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Estrada, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Estrada, I also have before me on my laptop a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there's set of initials on the line next to the box that says check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. You recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand this statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Mr. Estrada, before you signed and initialed all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Estrada, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State offer states one.
No objection.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Cole, you advised and counseled Mr. Estrada. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Estrada, your attorney, Mr. Cole, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Estrada, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state offering 6 months deferred, fine is to be waived, $616 restitution payable to Lamar University, 40 hours community service plus court cost.
Okay, now, Mr. Strata, state is offering that you serve 6 months deferred adjudicated probation during the 6 months probationary period. You will not be required to pay a fine because the fine will be waived. You will be required to pay court costs of $277, probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You will also be required to reimburse Jefferson County court-appointed attorney's fees of $250. And you will be required to pay restitution to Lamar University in the amount of in the amount of $616. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation is $334 a month. Will you be able to pay the $334 each month? You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Estrada, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
Do you accept the state's offer?
Yes.
Mr. Estrada, all follow the people are in agreement that you have entered into a state. Mr. Estrada, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction on your record, and you may qualify for a non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite competent in those matters. Mr. Estrada, please stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Cole, you're free to go as well and you have a blessed day. You're welcome. Mr. Grove,
Yes, sir.
your next case is Courtney Darcy,
Yes, sir.
cause number M331386. Mr. Darcy, your full name is Courtney Aura Darcy.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Darcy, will you please raise your right hand? Mr. Darcy, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Darcy, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Darcy? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Darcy, you represented your case by your attorney, Attorney David Grove. Attorney Grove, how are you doing?
Did real good today. Thanks, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Estrada, I want to tell you, you dressed real nice today. Okay. Now, Mr. Darcy, did I swear you in?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Darcy, Mr. Grove, you waive a record in Mr. Darcy's case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Darcy, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Courtney Darcy, on or about September 5th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offensive attempt to elude a police officer. Mr. Darcy, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Darcy, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? That's what no contest means. Now, Mr. Darcy, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document is on my tablet. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials, CD, on a line next to a box that's checked no contingent, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
Also, on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. It's just your signature.
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document.
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. You understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. You understand that statement?
Sure.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Sure.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Mr. Dorsey, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Grove, go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct
Sir.
to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Darcy, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yeah, for stage 1.
Any objections, Mr. Grove?
No, Judge.
No objection. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Grove, you've advised and counseled Mr. Darcy. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm aware of.
And Mr. Darcy, your attorney, Mr. Grove, has advised and counseled you.
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with his services?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Darcy, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
For defendants plea of no contest, the state is offered 30 days probated over 6 months with a $250 fine and 30 hours community service.
What is the court cost? You say 457? And Mr. Grove was appointed. Okay, now, Mr. Darcy, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not be required to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 6 months. During the 6-month probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $250, plus court costs of $457. You'll also be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, you renounce the fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, and you'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County Court appointed attorney's fees of $250. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $284 a month. Will you be able to pay the $284 each month?
Yes, sir.
You will also be required to perform 30 hours of community service and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of your probation. Now, Mr. Darcy, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Darcy, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Darcy, this will conclude your case. You're going to stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day and you look nice today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome. And Mr. Grove, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 1222. Are you working on any, please?
I'm working on this, but like, I'm starting.
Oh, okay. Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 1934. Case is styled State of Texas versus Donovan, Washington. Need his mom to come out. Okay, this is cause number 23 CCCR 1934, case is style of state of Texas versus Donovan Travis Washington. Mr. Washington, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Washington, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Washington, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Washington, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Washington?
Good, and you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Washington. You represented in your case by your attorney, Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good, Judge. Thanks, Judge.
And Mr. LeBlanc, do you waive a record in Mr. Washington's case?
We do, Your Honor.
And Mr. Washington, we also have your mother here with you, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing well, and you know.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Washington, I have before me a document on my computer that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, Mr. Washington, it alleges that you, Donovan Travis Washington, on or about August 7th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of harassment. Mr. Washington, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Washington, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Washington, and I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments on my computer. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. The initials are DW. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes, sir.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification on Paper. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Washington, before you signed and initialed these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Washington, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
State,
Yeah, for stage 1.
any objections?
Your Honor.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. LeBlanc, you have advised and counseled Mr. Washington. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
Judge, although he's receiving services at Spindletop, I'm satisfied that he understands the nature of what he's charged with. He's been able to assist me, so I don't have any concerns about his competency, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Washington, your attorney, Mr. LeBlanc, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Washington, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
For defendant's plea, the state is offered 180 days probated over 1 year with the fine waived at 40 hours community service, no contact with Brianna Savoy, John Savoy, Anthony Savoy, and Thurn Savoy, and the requirement of anger management.
There's only one victim in this.
They-
I mean, it's
These,
not,
these individuals were all affected by the conduct in this case.
or I don't know if the court has authority to prevent him from having in contact with them since they're not victim. I know we can do Brianna Savoy. Yes.
Judge, what if we, and I'd have to talk to my client, but what if we agree, would that make it smoother?
Hmm?
What if we agree with that?
Okay, if that's
I
what
mean,
y'all,
I'm make sure that okay.
Can I say something?
Would you?
no,
Did you say Anthony Savoy?
That was one of the names, yes, ma'am.
He works at the same job as my husband. Anthony does, but we don't speak to him. We don't have no contact.
And that's
Okay.
all we're asking. And,
We
and that's all the state's asking is that Donovan does not contact.
Oh, he don't, he won't.
so yeah, that's what y'all agreeing to?
You won't agree. Judge, to make it easy, I think that
No, now what are the names?
Brianna, John, Anthony, and Fern.
John, Anthony, and who else?
And Fern. They all,
How you spell that last name? Fern, F E
all their
R
last
N.
names are Savoy, Your Honor.
Okay,
Fern.
so that's Brianna Savoy, Anthony Savoy, John Savoy, and Fern Savoy.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. Now, Mr. LeBlanc, you were appointed.
I'll let you know.
No fine. What's the court cost? 277. Okay. Okay. Okay, Mr. Washington, the state is offering that you serve 180 days Jefferson County Jail, but you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you will be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, you will not be required to pay a fine because the fine in this case will be waived. You will be required to pay a probation fee of $277, probation fee of $60 a month, urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County for upon attorney's fees of $250. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation, is $131 a month. Will you be able to pay the $131 a month?
Judge, he's currently unemployed.
Okay, I just need to hear from him.
Right.
Okay, let's do this. Did you print off his affidavit? Yes. Mr. Washington, I have a document that's titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. I'm gonna hand this document to your attorney, who's gonna hand it to you. Could you please look at the first page of that document? Do you recognize that document?
Yes.
Okay, on page 2 of that same document, there's a signature above a line that is titled defendant's signature. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Washington, is everything on that document still true and correct today?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Washington, the court is going to find that you are indigent. Okay. All right. Now, Mr. Washington, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. You'll not be required to serve the 180 days in Jefferson County Jail because you'll be placed on probation for 1 year. During the 1 year probationary period, the fine is waived. The court costs in this case of $277 will be converted to community service pursuant to Article 42.15 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And it'll be converted to this 22 hours of community service. All right. The attorney's fees of $250 will be waived pursuant to Article 26.05 G-11 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. The reimbursement fee of $15 will be waived pursuant to Article 102.018 of the Texas Code of Criminal Procedure. And so that leaves the probation fee, which will be reduced from $60 to the statutory minimum of $25 a month. And you'll be required to pay the urinalysis fee of $15 a month. Now, your total monthly installments, that is a total amount that you will be required to pay each month, is $44 a month. Will you be able to pay the $44 each month?
Yes.
All right. You'll also be required to perform 40 hours of community service. Now, 40 hours of community service is a regular community service in addition to the 22 hours of community service that was converted from the 277 hours court costs. So that leaves a total of community service of 62 hours of community service. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir. Your Honor, can I say something?
Yeah.
I'll do my best to get as close to it as I can.
Get close to what?
Courthouse.
And the community
Community
services
service.
You say do the best to get close to the community service.
to get it all done in time.
I mean, you got a year to do it. You got 62 hours. Yeah, you're required to perform the community service. Okay. Now, do you understand, this, and also, you cannot have any contact with, Brianna Savoy, John Savoy, Anthony Savoy, and Fern Savoy. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And you will be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Now, Mr. Washington, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think, and as well as the adjustments that the court made relative to you being classified as being indigent? Okay. Now, do you understand the state's offer
Yes, sir.
as well as the court's findings?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that it's fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Washington, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with this state with the findings that the court have made. Now, the court coordinator have to redo the paperwork. You done? Oh, okay. Just have a seat. Well, not have a seat, but you can stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go.
Your Honor,
Yes.
if I may, my understanding is now that this case is disposed of. He's released from the pretrial bond condition.
Yeah. Now, I need, Linda?
Yes.
I need a form up there where it says it released to GPS, because he has a GPS, monitor, right?
Yes.
Okay. This says interlock.
Okay.
It's supposed to be GPS. There should be a folder up there with GPS.
Can I say something?
Yeah, hold on a minute. Let me see, finish signing this. Okay. I just signed the order to remove the global positioning monitoring system device because you're no longer on bond, since this case has been disposed of. Okay, do you understand that? Okay, now, they're going to file this. She can give you a copy of it. It's not a file stamp copy. You need to get a file stamp copy. He's gonna have to go downstairs to the county clerk's office.
And I presume he would need a file stamp copy to go for them to take it off of him, correct?
That's up to them, but you can have, we'll give you that copy, but she's gonna send it downstairs and then they're gonna file stamp. It has to be e-filed and then filed in this case.
You understand? If you need a file stamp copy, you can get it right under the county clerk.
Well, we're gonna give you this copy right now.
It's signed by the judge, so that should be on it.
Okay. Now, he wanted to say something?
No, Judge.
No? Okay, that's fine. Now, Mr. Washington, as I mentioned earlier, this is going to conclude your case. They're going to give you a copy of the judgment after you finish following the directions of the bailiff. And you also get a copy of the order to release the global positioning monitor system. All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Just continue to participate in the programs that you have at Spindletop. Okay, all right. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too, thank you.
Oh, yeah, now, you currently unemployed? Okay, that's, that document there is a program that they have, it's called CICE, it's a program at Lamar University, Center for Innovation, Commercialization, and Entrepreneurship. It is a job training and a job placement program in the hotel industry, the shipping industry, and the chemical industry. That program is free. They'll get you trained in any one of the areas that you select. And once you get trained, then they'll get a job for you in the area that you're trained in. Okay. Now, have you graduated from high school? Okay. All right. And Mr. Washington, I know since you've been coming down here, you can come on back up. Since you've been coming down here, your mother has been by your side. That's a good thing. Okay. How old are you again?
24, I'll be 25 next month.
Okay. That's a blessing too. Now, just remember, a lot of times you have, young people say they have friends who, that's their ride or die. That person have their back. But I always often tell young people that on days like today, when people say that they're your ride and die, and then they say have your back, I don't see them. I only see you and your mom. And the reason why I see you and your mom is because that lady that you call mother or mama, that's your ride or die. That's the lady that have your back. That's the lady who has been there to help put a roof over your head, clothes on your back, food on the table, and help provide for you. She's with you today, and that's because she loves you. Okay. And that's a blessing. A lot of people don't have, some people have mothers and fathers, but they don't support them. The parents, for some reason, just don't support their children, but your mom is here. And that's a blessing. You ought to thank God for that. Okay, and that's a blessing. And I see you're a pretty big guy. Okay. I don't care how big you get. You won't ever be bigger than your mama. And I don't care how big you get. Okay? That's still mama. Okay? That's still mama. She gonna always be mama. All right? So, ma'am, thanks for coming down here with your son. Thanks for supporting your son. And just continue to be the mother that you are. Okay?
That means a lot, thank you.
Okay, and you have a blessed day. You're welcome.
When I met him, he was.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, now we have Mr., is that Gabriel Isaac Mace? Is Mace? Macy.
Yes.
Okay, Macy, okay.
Or Messi,
I'm doing fine. How you doing, Mr. Macy?
Doing good.
Now, Mr. Macy, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, what's your announcement in Mr. Macy's case?
Judge, been made an offer, and we've negotiated back and forth, and I believe it's something that we will probably dispose of. However, he was supposed to start a new job today. He's got to get some ducks in a row before he can take on the probation. And I believe that this is my second time here. We're here back in 6/21. Can we?
Yeah, I see there was an order rescinded on another attorney in January 30th, of 2024.
My notes show on
Let me see, hold
April
on,
9th.
hold on a minute. Let me do this here. Let me get into this file. That's Macy. All right, y'all have a blessed day. Macy. Ocean. At one time he had Jennifer DeLodge.
Looks like for the jail run.
That was a jail run appointment when he was on, I guess when he was arrested. And then we had a jail run attorney and then he must have bonded out. Apparently you were appointed.
April 9th, I believe, Judge.
Yeah, April the 9th is when he came in for the arraignment and you were appointed April the 9th.
Yes, Judge, I've been here once with him, but we're just asking for 30 days to reset this stuff, and I believe.
You're gonna reset it for a plea?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, give us a reset date for plea on Gabriel Isaac Macy, page 4. You can put him on a Friday.
So you want it back on Friday?
Yeah.
Okay, September 22nd.
Okay, this case is reset September 27th, 2024. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
And that Mr. Now, Mr. William Timothy Brown is on Zoom. Mr. Brown, you can take your mic off and mute.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tom Burbank is not here. We called his office. He's in court in Orange County on a pretrial matter. And they didn't know he's set for trial in Orange on next week. And they have pretrial motion hearings that's going on in that case. And with those pretrial motion hearings, we don't know how long they can be. But I can know that you were not here. We can just give you a short recess, because my understanding that he's going to be in trial next week, so we're not going to reset it a week.
Okay.
So what we do is reset it 2 weeks. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, let's reset Mr. Brown 2 weeks. Give us a reset date. In 2 weeks?
I'm sorry, August 30th.
Okay.
You too, thank you.
Okay. This case will reset August 30th, 2024 at 9 a.m. Mr. Brown, thanks for being patient with us. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you too.
Okay, you're welcome. Next case is Darrell W. Sam. Mr. Sam, would you come forward? Mr. Sam, you have 2 cases, cause numbers 24 CCCR 1016 and cause number 23 CCCR 2506. Both cases are style of State of Texas versus Darrell W. Sam. Stamped on, you're on in the front of the bench. Now, Mr. Sam, you are also represented by attorney Tom Burbank. And it's my understanding that Mr. Burbank is currently in Orange County, in front of a court, with some pretrial motions it's a pretrial motion hearing that they are having. Don't know how long that's gonna last. Now, hold on, okay, Mr. Sam. Mr. Burbank was recently appointed, or did you hire him?
It's fine.
Now, Mr. Sam, do you work?
Yes, sir.
You do? Okay. Let's give him a standard, we're gonna give you a standard recess, so you won't have to miss any time.
October 11th.
Francisca, have you met with Mr. Burbank yet? Okay, I see Mr. Burbank was just appointed in June 18th. When his case was just filed. Yeah, this case, his case only been filed 3 months. Okay, we're gonna give you a reset date to give you an opportunity to meet with your attorney and for your attorney to get the discovery, that's the evidence that the state has, so that he can prepare for the case. And in the meantime, he will also talk to the state to see if the state is going to make your attorney an offer. Your attorney is going to negotiate on your behalf, also do an investigation. And then hopefully by that time in October, when this case is reset, he'll be able to make an announcement for you. Okay? Thanks for being patient with us. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. What's that court date?
October 11th.
Can I get a, work pay?
Okay, you need something from your job. The lady that's let me do this here. Your client, Miss Cohi did not show up.
Okay.
Yeah, she didn't, she hadn't showed up since. So that bond forfeiture is still in effect.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Doyle, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. You're welcome. Let's see. And this will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket. Well, we have Beatrice Pollard.
Reset.
That was reset
Yes, sir.
on page 7.
No.
That was on the other case.
Had it sent it on Cochran. Right. Ethan Corcoran. I asked about all. No, I didn't tell you that was reset.
We saw it, it's not moving.
Where is it? Was she was in? No. I'm saying it was reset.
No.
Because he sent the letter of rep yesterday.
Just stand over there. They'll get one for you. Okay. This will conclude the calling of the court's announcement docket on August 16 of 2024 in County Court at Law Number 2, Judge Terrence L. Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah, okay, you may be excused, Mr. Hubel.